Greetings to you, and welcome to this episode of Just a Few. My name is Patrick Antoine. Thank you for joining me. This is a platform which provides me with an opportunity to provide biblical responses to questions from people just like you. If you have a question and you'd like for me to attempt an answer, if I could, please submit the question to the email address on the screen, and I will try to get back to you with a response as soon as possible. Let's look at today's question. This question has to do with Jesus's response to a person who was paralyzed. The question is, why did Jesus ask a paralyzed man if he wanted to get well? So that passage is found, of course, just one place in the New Testament, in the Gospel according to John. And I'll read the verse just before it, plus the verse where Jesus asks a question. John chapter 5, verses 5 to 6. Now, a certain man was there who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew supernaturally, Jesus knew that he already had been in that condition a long time. He said to him, this is what Jesus said to the man, "Do you want to be made well?" So that gave rise to the question here now for my attention. So on the surface, this appears to be a foolish question, but it is not. It may sound foolish because we may ask ourselves, of course, why would a man not want to be made well? But of course, Jesus doesn't ask foolish questions. We may not understand why he asked it, but that doesn't mean the question is foolish. After being in that condition for such a long time, 38 years, the man may have had, or maybe he had resigned himself to his fate and he thought to himself, that's the way I'm going to be until I die. And Jesus wanted to know if he had come to that place where he felt, I don't expect to, and I don't want to be made well. This is where I've been for so long, and this is where I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Also, this man may have become comfortable without the responsibilities of having to get up and go earn a living. So to be healed would have meant he would have had to now take on the responsibility of providing for himself. And he would no longer have that excuse of having to depend on people to come and meet his needs. So when Jesus asked that question, if the true answer to that question was no, if the truth was that he really didn't want to be made well, not even Jesus would have been able to or even willing to heal him. Probably might have been willing, but if the guy had said, the truth was that, no, I don't want to be made well. I'm good. I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. Jesus would not have been able to perform that miracle on that day. As hard as it may be to believe, some people don't want to be lifted out of the circumstances in which they find themselves. Yeah, it might be hard to believe, but there are some people all broken and messed up, but they don't want to be made well. They have no desire for betterment. As long as the government or the church or someone else is willing to meet their needs, they have no problems with remaining in those circumstances. They can live that way. There are still many people like that man today. We may even feel sorry for them. But if one were to get the undiluted truth from that person or those persons, many of them do not really want to be any better. There will be too many changes and commitments to be made if they got out of their comfort zones. To such people, remaining in such a condition is the safer and easier option. Some people have been emotionally crippled. Filthy thinking. They've been in that condition for many years. They love and have become accustomed to the attention, the pity, and the sympathy that mindset and that lifestyle gets them. They have no desire for change and will never experience any change. Getting better begins with wanting to get better. And some people don't want that. They may even be afraid of what getting better would involve. So Jesus will continue to ask that apparently foolish question even today. Do you want to be made well? He knows what the true answer is in each case. And that's why he asks that question. Some people don't want to be made well. They're happy in that condition because it works for them. They're comfortable. My name is Patrick Antoine. Thanks for the observation and for the question. And I hope my response clarified Jesus's questioning of that person. It wasn't a foolish question. So until the next time, grace and peace be multiplied to you.